Hey guys, this is projecteae here again with another video review. This one being the last one in the Iron Man 2 3 3/4 inch action figure series line. And today we'll be looking at the War Machine from the comic series. And it's one whopping figure. Comes with the standard I guess grill to hollow screen looking card display. Very nice, this time, of course, nice little cards of War Machine. This is, of course, the Mark I version of the War Machine. There were, I think, up to maybe 4 or 5, maybe 6 more if you count all the itinerations in the last comic series he was in, where he conjumbled numerous vehicles or armaments into himself consistently. But this is where it started, the first version. War Machine, of course, is the nickname for it. There was another, name for it. I think it was like Tactical Response something. But we all know it as a War Machine. Sculpt-wise, very nice. Has this dry-brushed, weathered look to it almost. Looks like this blue, silvery teal thing over really dark gunmetal or almost metallic black. So it has this very worn battle look to it. It looks very nice. Articulation-wise, there's a few notes to be said about it. Head, standard, looks down a little bit, but pretty much just side-to-side swivel. Arms is where the first note gets to. Unfortunately, due to the design of it, I personally don't know what else could be done to it. I'm sure maybe someone out there in the interwebs might know or something. But these shoulder pads, they're on hinges. And the reason they did that is so that the rest of the arms could actually have full range of motion on there. And they do, which is nice, but unfortunately it looks kind of weird with the shoulder pads up like that. And with that being said, even if you pegged it onto the arm, you'd still be only given so much clearance to side as well. So unfortunately, I think this is just one of the designs where maybe it would translate it a little bit better in comics than it is in a figure or reality or anything like that. So that's a part of a shame, but I'm very glad they gave the effort at least to give the option this way. Some people might actually just take the shoulder pads off all the way and leave it off, maybe. Or maybe they'll take it off and then they'll resculpt the arms and customize it or something. But this is what they give us. So, I mean, it's not a bad effort. Arms have the standard 90-degree elbows with swivel, wrist swivel as well. Same thing on the other arm. Although the small mini turret auto guns do kind of impede the swivel on the arm a little bit, but I don't see him, because of the fact he's got a closed fist and everything, turning in too many different ways. The torso is another point to be made. Because of the way the sculpt is for the torso, there isn't really much clearance for like anything at all. But so because of that, you really can't do too much. You really can't turn him. Basically, kind of just wiggles, and that's about it. I mean, you can force it, but if you do and it doesn't break or anything, which I haven't tried or anything, so I can't be so sure. If you do, it'll look really out of. Oh, there's my phone. It'll look really out of place. His ribs and everything will be sticking way out, and it'll just look really weird. Then we come to the legs. Standard, iffy, Hasbro wannabe Revoltech swivel joint things. These are a little bit tighter than I'm used to, but I think so far out of all figures, the tightest would be the Mark III. And this, of course, adjusts just about as well as the Hypervelocity did. So I mean, the nice thing is it's not too bad. However, that's not the issue. The issue is because due to the sculpt of this little guy, he has these, silvery musculature, which, might I add, looks really nice against the light and sculpts and stuff. But because of it, like right here, he doesn't have a lot of clearance. So unfortunately, he can't really, he can only move his leg only about that much. So that's kind of a shame, which is really a shame considering the fact that he has, double jointed knees again, which is a nice effort. But again, I think it's kind of moot considering the fact that he really can't, do too much with his legs because of the fact that they really can't pose too much. I'm sure maybe you can try to pose him slightly, but there's not, I guess, too many options. His feet, again, due to the armor on his lower leg, his lower calves and everything, he can only do so much. He doesn't even actually have the swivel anymore like the other ones do. but he has a little bit more clearance, so he can go up and down just a little bit, a little bit more than the Mark III for one, and he has more back tilt than say the Hypervelocity. So I mean, that's to be said. All right, now with that being said, that's all the pleasantries. Now we get to the thing that really probably makes this shine the most, which is the gimmicks and the accessories. It doesn't really have it does have a few accessories, but we'll do the gimmicks first. And first being, of course, his back-mounted, Gatling gun and his missile launcher, which of course look really great and do swivel. So you have, you can actually pose it back or up with it. Looks very nice, and also has a joint on both, so both can swivel while being mounted upward. So you can aim it anywhere you want to. So very cool. If only these arms could pose more better, you could probably reenact like a cool, shooting off scene, kind of like in the Iron Man 2 trailers. But fortunately, you can only do so much. But the pieces that really make this better, considering the fact that I think they're a lot better than any effect parts that we've gotten lately, or any, I guess, accent pieces to be given to a figure in this line so far, and most 3 3/4 inch figures from the Marvel Universe line so far as well, which are these pieces that are very reminiscent of the old Toy Biz Marvel Legends, which were numerous amounts for the old War Machine from the Toy Biz, which was a really great figure, I might add. Effect parts, so you can emulate the shooting Gatling gun here, or launching missiles. Very, very cool, I suppose if you can stretch it a bit more, I suppose, like that, and keep a good angle, I suppose you could, I guess, try to make it seem like he's pretty much shooting, from an angle and stuff, so that's kind of cool. But this piece right here, it's probably got way more, I guess, paint treatments and work done to it than the other figures have, and it actually has just as much detail as a Hypervelocity, actually, and it quite stands out a little bit more. However, playability-wise, this guy is not as great as the Iron Man figures so far. And, right now the top ones so far I'm seeing are going to be the Hypervelocity and the Ironmonger. Those are the top picks for me so far. But besides from that, there's nothing wrong with this piece right here. And I will say this guy is a wonderful, wonderful display piece. Like I said, the paint treatments look really nice on it, at least on mine. I didn't have any more at my shop, so unfortunately I can't, compare. For instance, there was plenty of Mark IIIs and plenty of Hypervelocities, so I get to pick which one had the best paint and stuff on it, because Hasbro can be hit and miss sometimes. So when you're out there, please be sure to check, for the ones you really want for. Don't get the Iron Man with the cockeyed squinting paint app, or the bleed all over the arm. You don't want that. But besides from that, there's nothing really else to say about this guy. If you like War Machine and the classic Armor series, this is a great addition to your, I guess, collection. And with all this detail and this, I guess, the weathering and stuff, I look very forward to how the movie to our War Machine is, because I saw pics already, and it looks very bulky, very armored, except because of the design of the movie designs, I believe he's actually going to be well endowed with his articulated points. So he's actually going to have possibly all the functions that we see here on top of, paint apps, on top of articulation. So he might be a really big contender of best figure for the Iron Man 2 line, I guess. He's going to be a big chase figure, I'm assuming. Besides from that, that's about it. Unfortunately, I couldn't get the Power Assaults, which I really wanted to get, or any of the other ones, but there's a lot of... This is going to be a big year for Iron Man. He's got the Extremis armor for the Marvel Universe. First time ever the Extremis armor. I've been very highly anticipating and wanting something like that. The Hulkbuster in the small line, which if it's anything like the Ironmonger, will be great. Plenty of figures for this line as well in the movie series, and plenty of villains as well. So a lot of good stuff this year for these 3 3/4 inch line figures. But don't forget, we do get a 6-inch line, and something that will be addressed very, I guess, strongly in the 6-inch line that I'm sure a lot of people want is they have pegged hands, separate hands that you can change in, like some of the other 6-inch Marvel Legends 2-packs. So Now you get to have changed hands for repulsor shooting Iron Man, closed fist, and open palm, and so forth for your War Machine and your Iron Man. So, very nice, and hopefully the details and the proportions look really good on those. But besides that, that will be it. Next probably review I will have will be my long-awaited XN riser, only because I've been working on the 00 and adding some special little extra stuff to it, which I'll be showing and reviewing as well. And also, this I hope it helps everybody else who might want the XN but maybe was disappointed by it when it came out, maybe due to other reviews, because I noticed a few other things that might actually I guess tip the scales for your decision. But that's about it. Enough ranting, enough video reviews, and I will see you guys at the next video. Take it easy.